Dance has always played a vital role in Aboriginal cultures. It is a connection to our spirit, to the land, and a deep expression of our gratitude. I'm interested in the majesty and central role of the horse in both Plains Indians and Mongolian cultures. In the Indigenous worldview, the horse is revered and respected. When one thinks about the horse at war, at play, or as a helper of humankind, we realize that the horse has made a considerable contribution to civilizations around the world. TONO is heavily grounded in the theme of horse culture, spanning Plains traditions in North America and Asia, with a through line of shamanism from both continents. My name is Sandra Laurent, and I'm the artistic director of Red Sky. Our company focuses on the artistic landscape where world Indigenous cultures merge. TONO is something that has never happened before. It's unique. It's an expression of Indigenous peoples in the here and now. Through dance and music, we celebrate our traditions, our cultures, our innovation, and our gifts to the rest of the world. And we are in traditional Blackfoot territory here at the Banff Centre. So I think to come to another land of Indigenous people, I think is an extraordinary place to create something new, contemporary, with traditional elements. The inspiration for this piece came from two images that I was very interested in: the horse culture, and particularly its percussive nature, the way that it gallops, trots, and what it sounds like when it's in a stampede. And that really strong percussive floor work was particularly appealing to me in this piece. And it's one of the shared themes between Mongolia and First Nations Canada. I'm very interested in connecting world Indigenous cultures because, in an increasingly global context, I think it's so interesting. We're at a really interesting time as First Nations people, because in my generation, really, it's the first generation that can really go on a jet and go to Mongolia and be exposed to the Indigenous people of Mongolia, to be exposed to the Australian Aboriginal, to be exposed to the New Zealand Maori. I've seen traditional elements that I've never seen before. And to be able to give that to audiences and to the rest of the world, because this is a fairly high-profile tour, I think that's an incredible gift. I think we've been extremely lucky in forming the company, because everyone that's been chosen for the project is very talented and a really good human being. So there's been this real positive creative process, and I think it's one of the most exciting dynamic processes that Red Sky has had to date. And at first it's difficult because you have all these different languages. We have Mongolian, we have English, we have Inner Mongolian language, which is different from Outer Mongolian language. Then there's some Mandarin, and then there's some Spanish, and so all these languages have to be translated. We've really developed this incredible shorthand. We can basically run the whole rehearsal without saying a word. It's just been really tight, and sensing a lot from each other, and gestures played a really big role, because we have 3 or 4 languages in that studio. It's very much an organic process in that you see certain traditional moves and you think, oh, that would be so beautiful in that. So maybe we might start with one traditional movement and expand it out into a very contemporary place. music is so evocative and strong that I wanted it to inform the tone and the texture of the dance piece. To me, I see this project in terms of its music very a highly collaborative one, where all of them are music collaborators.